Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for March 24, 2024. And in the news this evening, fiery protest in Old Harbor Bay after police killing. Angry residents of Old Harbor Bay, St. Catherine, blocked sections of the roadway on Saturday to protest the killing of two men who they alleged were gunned down in cold blood by the police. Reports are that the two men, who have since been identified as 23-year-old Nigeria Bailey and 21-year-old Daniel McKenzie, were killed sometime after 1 p.m. during a confrontation with police. The Independent Commission of Investigations has launched a probe into the incident. In an audio release, Indicom Commissioner Hugh Faulkner said its forensic team processed the incident scene, collected the requisite exhibits, and seized the firearms involved. He said that the protesting residents and the police have given contrasting accounts of the incident, noting that the security forces report a firearm confrontation with armed men and the recovery of two firearms following the exchange. However, residents largely insist that the police acted unlawfully and that the men were hardworking individuals and not criminals. Residents were seen burning tires and barring security personnel from entering the community. During the protest, one woman was heard yelling, "Listen, Indicom can come, but no police can come through." One resident who spoke with the news claimed that one of the young men was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. "The people them ball. Nigeria just at the wrong place at the wrong time. You should have never go down there with Daniel. If not, he would have been alive today," said the resident. "A Daniel them want, a him them want. Them kill off Nigeria with Daniel," added the resident. Superintendent Hope Nicholson of the St. Catherine South Police Division has appealed for calm in the area and has urged the residents to exercise restraint and allow safe passage for security personnel. 10 killed in road crashes during week ending March 22, says RSU. 10 people, including a 6-year-old boy and 2 women, were killed in motor vehicle crashes during the week ending Friday, March 22, according to the Island Traffic Authority's Road Safety Unit. The RSU said that the latest victims include 4 motorcyclists, a pillion rider, a pedestrian, 1 passenger of a public passenger vehicle, 1 commercial vehicle driver, 1 driver of a private motor car, and a passenger of a private motor car. The latest fatalities have pushed to 93 the number of people killed in 82 fatal crashes as of March 22. The RSU said fatal crashes and fatalities have decreased by 8% each when compared with a similar period in 2023. Meanwhile, the RSU said fatalities for 2024 are projected to decrease by 2% when compared with 2023. It said pedestrians currently account for 18% of the road users killed as at March 22, motorcyclists account for 40%, private motor vehicle drivers account for 16%, while passengers of private motor vehicles account for 10%. Vulnerable road users such as pedestrians, pedal cyclists, motorcyclists, and pillion riders account for 65% of the road users killed as at March 22, the RSU said. It said males and females currently account for 85% and 15% respectively of the road fatalities to date. In the meantime, Area 1, consisting of Trelawney, St. James, Hanover, and Westmoreland, amounts for 32%. Area 2, Portland, St. Mary, St. Anne, accounts for 15%. Area 3, St. Elizabeth, Manchester, Clarendon, accounts for 23%. Area 4, Kingston Central, Kingston Eastern, Kingston Western, St. Andrews Central, St. Andrews South, accounts for 11%. And Area 5, St. Andrew North, St. Catherine North, St. Catherine South, and St. Thomas accounts for 19% of the road fatalities as of March 22, 2024. Woman among 2 held with a firearm during operation targeting electricity theft. A woman is among 2 people charged following the seizure of a firearm during an operation targeting electricity theft in Manchester on Friday. Operations Officer for Manchester, Deputy Superintendent Colin Johnson, said the Manchester Police and the Jamaica Public Service Company conducted a joint operation in the South Central Parish. Between the hours of 10 and 4 p.m., we conducted several targeted operations in the parish around the wanted persons, persons of interest, as also migrant criminals who we believe are hiding in the parish. During one of our operations, a 9mm pistol with 6 9mm rounds was seized, he said. 2 persons have since been charged for this seizure, a 30-year-old female and a 25-year-old male, added Johnson. He said 11 other people were charged for trespassing on the works of JPS. One man was charged for possession and dealing in ganja, where over 7 pounds of ganja was found, said Johnson. DSP Johnson said that the police has noticed a high number of illegal connections to the JPS grid and squatting while on patrol. We realized that there are several throw-ups on the grid. People also captured some houses and lived there without paying utilities, including electricity or water bills, he explained. There are some instances of squatting. Because one of the apartment complex that we understand that the owner died a few years ago and the persons captured his property. These houses were checked and had several appliances, including TV, refrigerator, and there is no legal GPS connection, added Johnson. He said at one of the premises visited, the police arrested 5 people for trespassing on the works of the JPS. Man killed in 2-vehicle Manchester crash. A man succumbed to injuries he sustained in a 2-vehicle crash on the Winston Jones Highway in Manchester on Sunday morning. His identity has not been released by police. Preliminary reports suggest that the crash happened in the wee hours. Firefighters said they received a call at 3:25 a.m. to respond to the crash. The circumstances that led to the accident, which involved a Toyota Camry and a Toyota Hiace, are still unclear. However, it is understood that the Toyota Hiace, which was delivering newspapers, was traveling uphill towards Mandeville when the collision occurred. Gun seized in St. Andrew, man arrested. A man was arrested on Saturday over the seizure of a gun on Oakland Road near the Pineland community in the St. Andrew South Police Division. The serial number of the black Hayward Stream 9mm pistol was erased. The weapon had a magazine with 13 9mm rounds. The police say about 7:45 p.m. a patrol team accosted a man whom they viewed as acting suspiciously on Oakland Road. They found the weapon in a bag the man was allegedly carrying. Further investigation is being conducted. RGD to roll out Braille certificates on April 2. The Registrar General's Department will introduce the first batch of Braille certificates on April 2, marking a major achievement in ensuring equal access to essential documents for individuals with visual impairments. The announcement was made by the entity's Chief Executive Officer, Charlton McFarlane, at a JIS think tank on March 21. He shared that the move to provide virtual documents in Braille is part of the RGD's ongoing commitment to foster inclusivity and accessibility by undertaking extensive efforts to enhance its services and accommodate the needs of all citizens. It will enable members from the visually impaired community to be able to access and actually read and interpret and know directly the information that is contained on their vital documents, he noted. The CEO, who also serves as the Deputy Keeper of Records, told the news that while we do get requests from time to time to translate birth certificates, this is the first time that our certificates will be systematically produced in another written language. He noted that the initiative involves a collaboration with the Jamaica Society for the Blind, which is assisting with the language and the printing of the certificates. Based on consultations with the members of that community, it is something that they are looking forward to because it affords them the type of independence to be able to read and understand their document and fact-check the information that is contained for them by the Registrar General's Department, McFarlane pointed out. He told the news that the rollout of the Braille certificates on April 2 will mark a historic moment for the RGD and Jamaica. I believe that when this becomes a reality, Jamaica will be the only country in the Caribbean that actually has this option for its citizens, he pointed out. I've got calls from other registrars in neighboring Caribbean countries who have expressed an interest in going this route, but as usual, Jamaica continues to take leadership within the Caribbean, he said. This is another initiative that we are extremely proud of, and we are excited to be in a position to roll it out in April to align with the start of the new financial year, McFarlane told the news. Farmers urged to be on high alert for bee armyworm. Farmers across the country are being advised to be on high alert for an increase in the bee armyworm population. Sphaeroptera exiqua, more commonly known as a bee armyworm, is a destructive pest of onion and scallion in Jamaica. Senior Plant Health and Food Safety Officer with the Rural Agricultural Development Authority, Francine Webb, said that the pest population is increasing, particularly in St. Thomas. This is not unexpected because over the period that we have been monitoring, this is the time when the bee armyworm increases when the temperatures are going up. There's an abundance of food with respect to onion, though they feed on a wide variety of crops. However, the pest favors onions and the scallion, she said in an interview with the news. Meanwhile, farmers are being urged not to wait too long to harvest their crops. Farmers can't just relax until another 2 or 3 weeks before they pull their crops. With the increase in the worm's food supply, then farmers will see an increase in the population of the pest as well, she said. Webb explained that because of heavy rains late last year, several fields were planted and they sustained some flood damage. What that has done is that several farmers had to resupply. This pushed back the expected harvesting time. Currently, some fields are a little behind, waiting for another 2 to 3 weeks to harvest. But at the same time, it is the period of February to March that you see an increase in the bee armyworm population, she said. Farmers can reach out to the RADA office in their parish for resources and support to manage the increase in bee armyworm.